Have you ever been hunted by a stranger? I ducked into a department store to avoid my ex, who I'd spotted near the food court, and I crouched behind a rack of coats to wait him out. I was exhausted from a double shift, and the store was warm and quiet, and at some point I must have dozed off because when I opened my eyes, the lights were off and the metal security gate was down, and the entire mall had closed around me. I laughed at myself and figured I'd just find the night security guard and explain what happened, but then I heard footsteps echoing from somewhere on the second floor, heavy and slow, and definitely not the shuffle of a bored guard doing rounds. I crept toward the main corridor and saw a figure standing completely still on the upper level, just watching the floor below like he was waiting for something to move. That wasn't security. I pressed myself against the wall and held my breath, and after what felt like forever, he turned and walked in the opposite direction. I needed to find the guard. The security office was on the other side of the building near the food court, and if I could get there, I'd be safe because they have radios and panic buttons. I ran for the nearest exit first just to see if I could get out on my own, but the doors were chained from the inside. My phone had no signal. The security office was my only option now. I grabbed a heavy glass paperweight from a kiosk display as I passed because I wasn't crossing this building with nothing to defend myself. I stayed low and moved fast toward the food court wing. I made it halfway there when I looked up and saw him standing at the top of the escalator, staring right at me. I froze. He smiled. Then he started walking down, slow and calm like he had all the time in the world. I hurled the paperweight at his head as hard as I could and heard it connect with something as I turned and sprinted in the opposite direction. The long way around would take me past the old movie theater, but I could still get to the security office if I cut through the department stores. I came around a corner and he was already there at the other end of the hall like he'd known exactly where I would go. There was blood running down his forehead, but he didn't seem to notice. I changed direction and cut through an old jewelry store, grabbing a letter opener from behind the counter, and when I came out the other side, I almost ran straight into him. He was close enough that I could see his face clearly in the emergency lighting, and he looked almost bored as he reached for me. I slashed at him with the letter opener and caught his palm, and he actually laughed as I shoved past him and kept running toward the food court. I could see the security office now. The light was on inside, and I ran for it like my life depended on it because it literally did. Then I heard his voice for the first time, calm and almost friendly. He called out, "I love it when they run," and my stomach dropped. I could hear his footsteps behind me now, not running, but walking, steady and patient like he knew I had nowhere else to go. The office was 20 feet away, 15, 10. I reached the office and threw open the door and found the guard slumped over his desk, not moving. I wanted to check on him, but I could hear footsteps coming up behind me, and there was no time. No one was coming to save me. I had to save myself. I spotted the fire alarm on the wall outside the office, lunged for it, and slammed my palm into the glass, and the sirens exploded through the building. Red lights spun everywhere as I sprinted for the main entrance, and the electronic locks had released just like I'd prayed they would. I could see the parking lot through the glass. I was 10 feet away when something slammed into my back and I went down hard, my chin splitting open on the tile and my teeth cracking together so hard I tasted blood. He flipped me over and straddled me with his hands already around my throat, and his face was completely calm as he squeezed and said, "They'll be here in a few minutes, but you'll be gone in seconds." I clawed at his eyes and bucked and thrashed, but he was so much heavier than me, and my vision was going black at the edges. Then I heard the most beautiful sound of my life, a man shouting, "Fire department, someone's inside," followed by the doors banging open. Flashlights hit us, and suddenly he was ripped off me so fast he took some of my hair with him. I gasped and choked on the floor while they pinned him down, and through my swollen throat I pointed toward the security office and whispered, "Check on the guard." The security guard never woke up.